All right, guys, got a new microphone for my Connecticut setup. We get started in just a minute. Be here a few more days. Kind of excited to go back south. Flights have been canceled a lot. There are some scary things going on, but for the most part. What's up, Crypto? Yeah, I haven't talked to you. Haven't seen you in the chat for a couple days, man. Nice to see you, buddy. I love you, Crypto Yacht. Doing well, guys. Doing well, guys. Kind of didn't expect us to, pull back this much, so soon. But I mean, it would make sense. What's forecast for 2022? I mean, Ivan, I got a good video, about that, kind of where I think it's going to top off. I think it's going to be the summer. I mean, earliest like April, May, or the summer, or maybe the latest end of year. But yeah. So that's that. I mean, if you guys got a question before we get started here, I'm going to be on Around the Blockchain at 5 p.m. So about an hour and 45 minutes. So we'll do about a half hour today. Just do a, just give you guys some TA, just all the big caps. What's up, Nightshade? Shout out to Nightshade. I see him in the chat in the Discord all the time. Daily is bearish for almost everything right now, guys. But I mean, it could have played out already. Weekly's looking better for a lot of things. Got me on the 86-inch monitor. Wow, nice, man. It's probably the biggest TVs they have nowadays. Maybe 90 inches. I don't know. Do they have 100-inch ones? Thanks, guys, for positive comments. Got about 2 minutes left. We could get started maybe a tiny bit earlier today. Let's try to wait till we get enough people in. Because people are just gonna ask me like, "Oh, I missed Bitcoin," or "Oh, I missed." Yeah. Thanks so much, guys, for the positive comments. Thanks so much. Course is out. If you guys don't know, we're doing a few more days, 20% off of the course on evanaldo.com. A lot of people have really liked the course. I think it's going to help you guys out a lot. Risk management, all the things that you really need to know, I would say, to be a successful trader. So check that out. Mute when I drink. Okay. Sorry. We need 1K likes on this one. Yes, we do, Crypto. Yeah, yes, we do. Thoughts on Crow? It's a decent project. I mean, I think it'll do well with time. I think it could, hit $5 or whatever during this bull run, maybe even $10. Sol versus Cardano. I think Cardano will probably do better in Q1 at least, maybe even Q2. Vchain we'll take a look at. We're gonna get started in just a second. Let me mute this while I take another sip. All right, what's up, guys? Evan Aldo here. We're getting started right now. We're going to start with Bitcoin today, and really the debate here is this just a healthy correction, or is this something more? Haven't entered any longs last night. I saw it dumping. There were some temptations, but I just waited it out. Didn't see any golden entry, so I just waited for now. Still in a bunch of swing longs. A few of them got stopped out. I think my dot long got stopped out in profit. One stopped out in profit. Everything's been in profit. So let's start with the monthly here. As I've been saying, this confirms in 3 days, this red dot, it could have very well already played out coming down to this area since we dumped down so quickly. If we still had the red dot and we only came down 10% so far from over here, I would say, yeah, it would probably come down more. However, when you come down so quickly, this could easily just curve back up. It barely was above the zero line here. It feels like, more or something like this would be in the cards to come up to at least the next few months before a pullback or whatever, April or whatever. I mean, it's a very big time frame. So the weekly here. So the weekly is pretty strong, I would say. You got looking at the VWAP curving up, that's generally pretty good in my opinion. You're going to get a nice little tight, green dot here, which this could bring you up a lot. This could be our catalyst for the end of this bull run all the way up to 100K and beyond, which is what I think will happen. If we look at the 5-day, we're getting very close to printing a green dot. You do have, the money flow coming out, curving, into the red. I think more likely, if you're a big bear and you think it's all over, yeah, this would probably, these crossovers into red here would probably give you confidence that it would be over. However, if you go on fundamentals, kind of like I do, if you believe that, there's more cycle lengthening theory, there's more to this to go, like me, you would say we'll probably have a repeat of what we saw, kind of on the 3-day. It came into the red, back in the green, came into the red, back into the green, and then we come back up some more. So the daily looks pretty bearish for a lot of things. You're into the red, and you're curving down here, and you got a kind of a trigger wave going down. So VWAP's been above the zero line for a while. It looks bearish. However, it's only a matter of how low we will go. We could bounce off of this spiral line, 46.7, 46.9, something like that, then continue forward. It's possible, it is possible this is played out already for the bullish case. If we look at our 12-hour, the VWAP's been pretty straight down. It's due to curve up, and the money flow is coming up. This is what a lot of people are talking about. This looks relatively bullish. I would lean a little bit more bullish, for the next few weeks, based off of this, or next few days or whatever. Here you're curving into the red. You're curving green, and then you're curving back into the red. Your VWAP is starting to curve back up, which is a good thing. Your 4-hour, your VWAP is curving up, which is pretty good. I like that for the most part. Money flow generally very choppy. It's hard to really get too much out of this. Some may say, head and shoulders pattern, that's what brought us down. I'm looking at, obviously, this spiral line, and then the next spiral line here, linear spiral line for, what we were looking at earlier for a potential long. Or, if I see some better things on some lower time frames, we bounce kind of nicely off of 47. Your hourly is about to print a green dot, so you're going to get a nice divergence from here. If you guys are new, this is how you draw a divergence from here to here. As momentum waves are coming up from there to there, you get your price coming down. That's a pretty nice divergence. So definitely a reason to believe that we may have hit the bottom so far. And you get the same thing kind of on your 30-minute, what you're seeing here. Well, not really. From there to there is divergence. That one didn't play out too well. Now we're starting to come back up. We'll see what happens. Decent curvature on the 15-minute. I like the 15-minute. This is symbolic, indicative that we could be bottoming out. Money flow generally coming up on lower time frames, which does, we are starting to get divergences. Money flow coming up as price continues to go forward. I think there's a good shot we bottomed out, for at least a short term. We'll see what happens if we get back up to this area, but that's what I'm looking at. So let's look at Ethereum, which is, I've been saying it for a while. Ethereum will probably, underperform. Bitcoin probably will underperform Cardano and a few others in Q1 2022. We're already starting to see that. We are down about, let's see what we are down about from this area. About 9%, about 8.6%. And your daily looks, people have been asking me about this. This looks, I'm not going to lie, this looks pretty bad. This looks pretty bad in Ethereum. But your weekly, you're curving up with the VWAP. That's big. You may get you'll probably get a green dot over here. Last time this happened, this green dot, you came up, a good amount. So if we are bottomed out for the more bullish case, you come at 50%, 5,000, 6,000 next few months, what I've been saying. It would be earlier than that. It would probably be, February, March. I was thinking, kind of February. And then we have the big news with the Super Bowl, FTX.com commercial, crypto.com commercial, maybe a sell the news type of thing. Your 3-day, you're printing a red dot. Not the most powerful red dot, I would say, because, you know, this VWAP, look over here, it's trying to come up there, didn't really work out too well, trying to come up again. I think we could easily curve back up and just print a green dot after this, so that might be some hope there. Your 2 days about to print a red dot, so yeah, be careful, watch what's happening. I'm being very patient with this, especially with Ethereum. Let's see here. So, you know, your VWAP's down a lot. We're ready to curve up pretty soon in 6 hours. So there are some signs. You know, this is pretty good. VWAP coming up on the 6 hour, 4 hour. There are some signs we could be bottoming out. So your 2 hour, generally the same as Bitcoin, but you're going to get a nice divergence here relatively soon. On your hourly, I like the curvature on the 15 minutes. So there are some signs we are bottoming out. There are some signs this is just a healthy correction, which is what I kind of think it is. It's kind of hard to say. There's a lot of, you know, conflicting information, so it could go either way, but I'm more in the ballpark that we're going to be all right. Let's see here. So okay, let's see. Thanks so much for positive words, guys. Yeah, cheaper rates by the dip. Okay, let's look at Matic. Matic has been crushing it. I've been in Matic for a while now. I've been a Matic professional. Been an early Matic investor, I guess you could say. You know, on the high time frames, it's probably looking a little worse than everything else. There's no VWAPs generally curving up. You're coming up there. You beat your all-time high a little bit. Could be a double top pattern like we kind of saw with Bitcoin back in October, at our 69K or whatever. You're about to get a pretty big divergence in the 2 days. So, you know, I think Cardano, I think Polkadot, you know, those ones will probably outperform Matic. I think, you know, Matic everybody's talking about. So, I mean, I think you're probably going to be sideways. It may be a bit boring for a while. It could go either way, kind of like what we saw with, you know, Luna, Avalanche. Those really exceeded a lot of expectations. But money flow generally coming out in a lot of these time frames, divergences happening. Here, the 4 hour, okay, it looks like everything else looks like we could be bottoming out. But these, well, you got a divergence there on the 1 hour, so you're getting divergences. 15 minute, okay, so it does look like you could be bottoming out. In terms of, like, you know, how far we came up, I'd say it's probably time to, you know, we've been up 100% in the past, you know, month about, so yeah, it probably won't be the most sustainable thing to keep this forward, but I think it'll perform well if everything else does in the next few months. And I'm still in the ballpark, you know, Bitcoin to 70, 80K by February, Ethereum to 5, 6K range by February. If that does play out, this probably would go up to, you'll probably get up to at least $3 or something. We almost got there. But yeah, that's Matic. Let's see, Luna. I haven't looked at Luna in half a minute. Let's take a Luna. I know there's an article about Luna on, guys, smash the like button. Let's get a few more in 36. I know there was an article on Luna on CNBC yesterday. It was kind of probably a sell the news type of thing. And yeah, we keep rejecting off of 100. We can't get that high for some reason. But you know, let's see here. So our weekly, you know, VWAP starting to curve down. Let's draw a little thing right there. 2 day, about to print a nice divergence there, nice bearish divergence. This looks a bit toppy. 3 day, same thing, divergence. Daily, yeah, you got that divergence that's starting to play out. You're almost bouncing off of that area. Your 12 hour, money flow still generally like getting higher and higher. Curving down here, it's not the best sign though. Your 6 hour, VWAP coming up, so there is some hope here. There definitely is some hope here. 4 hours, getting close to printing a green dot. Definitely is some hope here. 2 hour, not the best. Hourly, no divergence just yet, but there are some signs. You know, there are some signs we could be bottoming out. Good curvature on the 30 minute. Your 15 minute, generally good curvature. So are some signs we're bouncing off of, you know, 80 something, and then could continue forward. I think, you know, Luna, Matic, Avalanche, there's probably another one that I'm missing, but I think, you know, Q1, I think they had their time, and I think there's what I think is Polkadot, Cardano, maybe Chainlink. That one's been a bleeder, but maybe Chainlink will come back and outperform them. So yeah, that is that's Luna. Let's see here. Atom I want to look at. What assets should I suggest start trading to a starter, Bitcoin or not? I would say probably Bitcoin because you could probably, so Bitcoin, yeah, going higher leverage on Bitcoin would be the same as going lower leverage on some of these other altcoins. So altcoins, the lower the market cap gets, the harder it is to predict. So I'd say start with Bitcoin. Let's see. I will look at Hex, definitely. That's been doing well. Yeah, I still like Dot. I have a decent amount of Dot. Let's see here. Atom I want to look at. I haven't looked at Atom in a while. Let's take a look at Atom. So it's bouncing nicely off of this area. Money flow generally coming up. I mean, let's look at our weekly, trigger wave. This is what Bitcoin's going to look at pretty soon. Look like pretty soon. So this looks pretty good. Right here. Let's look at our 2-day. Back into the green. That looks good. This looks better in everything I've looked at so far, it seems like. Daily looks the same as everything else, so that could be the problem. It's a matter, do we hold this level, do we not? Atom's a decent project. I mean, I like Atom. I think I have a smaller position in it. You can earn a high interest rate with this on the Exodus wallet. Your 4-hour, if you have curving up, it does look a bit bottomy. This is probably the best thing I've looked at so far today. I mean, it looks basically the same as Bitcoin, but this could be the bottom of this correction. This definitely could be the bottom. Atom looks good. This is one of the ones I would write down kind of with my Sharpie if I had a pen and paper in front of me to look at some more after. Let's see. Okay, so you guys, what do you guys want me to look at? Fantom? Yeah, we could look at Fantom. Yeah, let's look at Fantom. There are a lot of cryptos, man. There are a lot of cryptos. So Fantom, I mean, let's start with the weekly. There's not even enough data on it. It's a newer one, yeah. Daily, you're about to print that red dot. Kind of look at my previous. I'm not going to delete. Look at my previous projection. What I was drawing over here when we were at this level, we'd come up. Been right so far into February, so keep that. It'd be nice if I get that right. But yeah, I mean, generally, good curvature there. There's generally enough bullish signs where I think that the market will be all right. You know what I mean? I think we'll be okay. I don't think anything too bad is gonna happen. 10-hour looks really good. This looks good, guys. I mean, you're hitting this point, but I think you may be able to pull through. 4-hour, nice little trigger wave about to print. That might be nice. This looks good. This looks better than a lot of other things I've looked at. Was your hour? Hour doesn't look too good, but I mean, you got that little trigger wave, so it might be okay. 15-minute good curvature. 30-minute, I like that. Journal looks good. I think there's a good shot you get up to this journal area, like 260 maybe. That is Fantom. Let's see here. Hex, yeah, let's look at Hex. That's been doing well. I mean, let's take a look at Hex. I kept a small position in it. If you guys were with me, and some of you guys were, in my exclusive Discord since I started it back in like September, I told you when I was selling most of my Hex position, just cashing out, and we got it right close to the top, and I kept a little bit in, because I always just keep a little bit in, earning, and there's a high stake rate to earn interest on this, so it's coming back, and I earned a lot of, that interest rate high. I earned a lot of interest on it, so it's still, it's a small position, but it's something. So, I mean, your weekly, nice little trigger wave confirmed. That looks pretty good. 2-day, you're about to print a red dot. Not the best type of thing. No divergence yet. I mean, you still have this divergence, so it could play out even more, kind of counteract that. Keep in mind, I mean, you did come up, you came up 150% out of nowhere. Usually, it would make sense to, it'd be pretty healthy to retest, 20 cents or something in this area before continuing forward. Our 16-hour generally still looks healthy, in my opinion. Our 12-hour, actually, our 10-hour still looks pretty good. You're about to print a nice little trigger wave there. You may be able to hold this area. You might be able to hold this area and make it up to here in the next week or so. And then a nice divergence there, and generally come up. And your 2-hour, nice. Yeah, that's. I mean, you could you would make the case that could be a small divergence. Then you're just bouncing off. It does look bottomy. It looks like it could be bottoming out here. Yeah, some of these. Let's see, money flow. Yeah, I mean, it generally looks good. I'd say Fantom and Cosmos look a little bit better, but it generally looks okay. Where am I going? Let's see here. Okay, so Mana, Cardano, or Hex. We looked at Sandbox. Yeah, video game ones are generally coming back here. Let's see. How How do we look at ADA? Somebody asked about ADA. Let's look at the big cap. Let's look at some big caps. Well, Hex is bigger cap than anyone would expect. So ADA, I believe I drew, maybe I maxed out, but I drew like this type of the triangle pattern, and then what I was, thinking like, that, and then, something like this. Maybe to peak out in April, it would go higher though. It'd be like something like, see how this one goes higher. It'd be something like this or something. Maybe $7, at least $5 or something like that. But yeah. In terms of your daily, it looks like everything else. Money flow coming up as VO's coming down. It's more indicative of like, sideways consolidation. Usually nothing major happens there. This generally looks still bullish on your 12-hour. I like the crossover. 8-hour generally looks okay. I mean, it looks like it'll cool down a little bit, but we could have already, cooled down as much as we needed to. Your 4-hour VWAP seems like it tried to come up there, didn't work. Next time it'll probably come up. Your 2-hour curving up. So I mean, money flow come down as VO curving up. It's more indicative of just sideways. This looks very like consolidation type thing. And then your lower time frames, this looks good. So a lot of these lower time frames look good. It looks like Bitcoin. It looks like we could be bottoming out, or things may be more boring in general since we've come down a bit recently. So yeah, that is Cardano. And I already looked at Atom pretty recently. Let's see here. Let's look at Verasity, because that's the only metaverse one I hold, and I've been holding on to that since Ascent, just earning interest on it. But yeah, I mean, when you're hitting a major area like that, it does look like it could be bottoming out. Your daily getting close to printing a red dot, not the best situation, but your 12-hour curving up, generally curving up there. The money flow, I like that. Your 8-hour, I like that. You're about to get a crossover. You're about to get the crossover while you're hitting a major fib point. That doesn't happen too often. Kind of how I drew this previous line is what's generally happening. Your 4-hour, same as everything else. Money flow coming up, that's nice. I like that. Your 30-minute, your 15-minute, good curvature. I like this. For the most part, I think we could be bottoming out here. This looks pretty good. You got a chance of hitting 50 cents next week or so. Keep in mind, if this year repeats like last year, we will be bullish in the next few weeks. January was a really good month, if I'm not mistaken, January 2021. But yeah, let's see here. You guys have been talking about the gaming tokens a lot. Let's see. Yeah, it could be. It could have to do with, I haven't done enough research into what it was. I mean, it's not the biggest pullback, but yeah, the tax thing could be big. I mean, people like to sell the last week, for tax purposes. Let's see, Luna, yeah, we already looked at Luna. Litecoin, I'm not a fan of Litecoin. Maybe we can check it out though. Let's look at eGold. eGold, yeah. eGold's a decent project. I don't hold it, I don't think, but yeah, I don't hold this. But I know it's a decent project. A lot of people like it. So your 2-day looks good. Your 3-day looks really good. Your weekly's curving up. This already looks better, and a lot of other things in the really very high time frames are hitting a major point right now. So when you do an analysis like this, and a lot of things are hitting major points while VWAPs are curving up on higher time frames, it does look like you could have hit the bottom. It's not always the case. Nothing's 100% of the time, but I'd say 7, 8 out of 10 times this probably would. The market could be hitting a bottom. This looks good. I like, it's not really divergence, but all the way, just looks good. Have money flow is generally coming up here. That looks good. Your 15-minute good curvature. It looks like we could be bottoming out. It definitely looks like we could be bottoming out on a lot of these things. Matic bumping. Vchain, yeah, let's look at Vchain. It's one of my small positions. If you guys are new, I mean, I always keep the slim majority of my HODL portfolio is in Bitcoin, and then 20% Ethereum, and then the rest, next 20% just a bunch of altcoins. Vchain, so that was the pattern we were looking at, and then we, the top out 50 cents in the next few weeks. It's probably not going to happen, but yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. So you're coming up there. I'd probably get rid of this to just see something to work with. It generally looks like everything else now. Your 16-hour coming up with the money flow. You bounced off of there, rejected off of there. Now you're coming down a bit. Looks more like a healthy correction. I think we got some gas left in the tank. We'll probably, looks bottomy. We'll probably come back up to here. If we do hit this point again, definitely a good place to look for a long. Your hour, you're about to print a nice green dot. And then good curvature in the 15-minute. It looks generally pretty good. Tezos. Let's see what else. Time for a few others. How about we look at Dot? I like to look at the big caps. Guys, smash the like button. Okay, so Dot, you pulled back a little bit, but on the big time frames, this was one article said Dot pulled back the most, but on the big time frames, not that big a deal, really. Daily coming down. It looks like more of a healthy correction. 16 hours still looks good. Your 12-hour generally looks pretty good. Money flow crossover there. VWAP up. Only as a matter of time before it starts coming back up. We came down. We bounced off of this. Let me see if I could just move this without something like around there. Just an estimate. Kind of rejected off that. Hit that. It could have bottomed out. Definitely looks bottomy. Not 100% of the time. I mean, always never financial advice. Anything could happen, but this looks pretty bottomy right here. Yeah, generally the market looks pretty good. Let's see. I already answered that question. We'll look at Sandbox, and I think I got to get off. I got to prepare for around the blockchain in a little bit. But guys, catch me out there. Catch me on there. Let's look at Sandbox. Is it all the way back up? Let's see. Yeah, $6. Yeah, it's been a powerhouse. Well, we could try to redraw, our fib level or whatever. No, not really divergence. All the way back here, that's a divergence. That one didn't really play out. This one may play out a little bit more. It looks worse than some other things in the high time frames. That's what I will say. And it's outperformed so well in recent months. I mean, I feel like we're due to have, a lot of other things outperform it. Yeah, it doesn't look as good as everything else, but you are forming divergences in lower time frames. You're not bouncing off of anything major. It's kind of the issue. You're kind of just losing this level of support, so it definitely doesn't look as good as everything else, in my opinion. Having said that, 15-minute looks really good. Your 4-hour, about to print a green dot, money flow coming out. It's indicative of more sideways. Strong. We could do strong, I guess. I already looked at Vchain. Guys, smash the like button. We'll look at strong, and then I'm going to get off. How long have we been streaming? We started at 3:15. Okay, so we did about a half hour. Let's look at strong. I don't think I've ever looked at this. I've heard of it. People like it. I mean, I know it's a decent project. Ooh, yeah, that's one of our triangle patterns. So let's see here. We want to draw our fib from like there to there, maybe. Yeah, so we bounced off of there. We're heading to this area. 3-day, weekly, getting close to printing a green dot. That looks good. Strong generally looks pretty strong, I would say. I mean, it looks like he may consolidate a bit, but I think this is in the cards. 500 or 550 is definitely in the cards in the short term. But yeah. I mean, some other things I looked at definitely looked better, but it does not look bad at all in my opinion. But yeah, guys, that's all I have time for today. We got 66 likes. I'm going to get off right now. So thank you guys for tuning in. Get my trading course. Holiday 20 is the discount code, 20% off. That's only going on for a few more days, guys. Check that out. I think the course is going to help you out a lot. These are all the things I go through. evanaldo.com, Market Cipher. You could get through it relatively quickly. A lot of people have really liked it. So yeah. And Gadiel, I answered that question or before it's Bitcoin, I was saying. But yeah, in my course, I think I do touch on that a bit. But yeah, guys, exclusive Discord too. I give you my exclusive TA entry points. We've been doing really well in there. I'm not going to be right 100% of the time. No one is. I'd be a billionaire by now. You got to think logically. But yeah, and if you want to create a new BITGET account, want to create a new FEMIX account, there's some good promos going on. Check my link out below. If you are interested, all the things below are things that I personally use and have benefited from. Never going to link you to anything that I don't personally use. All right, guys. Have a good one. Goodbye. Check me out around the blockchain at 5 p.m. too. Bye.